All right. Not too bad.
Thanks, Marcella.
Much better.
All right, you ready to de-stress?
Yes.
All right, here we go.
Always.
A new study shows that going to the beach helps our brains de-stress. When we come back, we'll give you some tips on how to feel like you're at the beach even when you're at work. Huh?
The Hawaiian music helps. We'll be right back. Are you already relaxed? I am. The American Institute of Stress has released a study telling us about the benefits of taking a trip to the beach, and how lucky are we that we're in San Diego. It's so close for us to do that. So here to tell us about the findings is integrative neuroscientist Dr. Heidi Hanna. Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good to see you. Okay, so this is based on a new study that shows the beach really does naturally help us relieve stress.
It does, and there's actually a lot of great research that we looked at. So the American Institute of Stress partnered with Reef, which is a local beach company, right?
I know, I drive by it sometimes.
Yes,
so.
like a dream job for me. I actually moved to San Diego so that I'd be closer to the beach, and also so that I would feel better. So growing up, I actually struggled with anxiety and depression growing up in Portland, Oregon, where we have a lot of rain.
Yeah, overcast days.
And every time I'd be in San Diego, I felt better. And so it was interesting. Reef came to me and said, you know, we think that the beach is actually really good for us, and we're curious if you can find anything about that might support this. So we've been working together for over a year now, actually, and we have found that there's 3 basic things that help to keep our brain healthy and actually help our brain work better. And so that includes sun. Sunshine, we know, actually enhances energy production, lifts our mood. So even here in San Diego in May, during May gray, it's like the sun starts to come out and it just makes us feel better. Also, we know vitamin D is produced by the sun, which helps us to be healthier. And even people that live in San Diego really should keep an eye on their vitamin D levels, make sure that they're high enough.
It's very true, because you don't really recognize when that level is necessarily going down, and you think, I live in San Diego, I'm getting so much sunshine. But if you're going from house to car to work to car to home, you're really not.
That's right. And fortunately, we wear sunscreen, so we want to protect our skin, and that actually blocks the ability for our body to metabolize the vitamin D.
I just had the conversation with my husband because we were going to the beach. He said, put on your sunscreen, babe. And I said, no, I'll put it on when I get there. I want at least like 10 minutes of vitamin D.
And that's good. 10 to 15 minutes is really all we need.
But then definitely put on the sunscreen. That's important.
Yes, so time in the sun is great, and even just exposure to light is helpful. We also know that the sound of the waves is helpful at triggering the relaxation response. So studies have actually shown that just listening to the sound of oceans crashing is very meditative and helped people relax more than even listening to relaxing music or other sounds of nature.
Okay, so that's why you have some devices here that help with that?
I brought a couple of things to actually show how you can mimic the experience of being at the beach when you're stuck in the office or at the news desk. And one of my favorite tools is by iHome, and they came out with a product that actually has aromatherapy, sound therapy, and light therapy. So you're actually getting like the beach in a box in this way, because not only is it the light exposure and the sound exposure, but the sense of smell. And
so
you can
what
actually
kind of smells are good for that?
Yeah, you can use certain essential oil blends that actually lift and calm at the same time. So one of my favorites that I use, this is there's a store actually here locally in San Diego, Sage, and I love that they have this beautiful little kit that has multiple essential oil blends that you can try and really find what works for you, because it is very important that it resonates with you. A great example of that is lavender, which for most people is very calming. It's not my favorite thing. But other things like ylang ylang, which is less familiar to most people, but is in a lot of these calming essential oil blends, is really helpful. So I actually made my own, and I use a little bit of ylang ylang with a citrus smell like grapefruit. So it's calming and grounding, but also lifting at the same time.
Okay, great. So if you're not a lavender person, you can find your own smell. So it's whatever smell brings, because they do say your sense of smell triggers a lot of different memories. Oftentimes it can take you back in a place and time. So you want something that's going to lift you up, make you feel better.
Exactly. And the goal really with this, to mimic the experience of being at the beach, is that it's triggering these negative ions. And negative always sounds like a bad thing, but negative ions in ocean air are actually like antioxidants that we would eat. It's it's healthy for us. It actually reduces inflammation and stress hormones. And so I like to pull all of this together with the most simple first step, which is to take off your shoes and put on some flip-flops that will help you to actually get into a beach state of mind. Okay. So I have mine on. This is a great thing about my job.
I'm going to join you. Here I go. Okay, I'm going to put on my flip-flops that you brought here, and I'm already, look at this.
Does it just feel better to take your work shoes
on top, relaxed on the bottom.
That's right.
How about that? So get your flip-flops on at some point today. Dr. Heidi Hanna, thank you so much. Appreciate it. And we'll be back with much more coming up on Good Morning San Diego. It is 7:51.